Alright. I guess first game we'll go with Minor Wall Breakers. I think it's a pretty good deck in the meta, I'd say. He might have... I was thinking he might have Minor Wall Breakers too, but... because like I saw the Spear Goblins, but it looks like it's something else. Xbow. Xbow with Spear Goblins. This is interesting for sure. I guess we'll Bomb Tower. It's good that he didn't have the Ice Golem in cycle, so he wasn't able to get a tank down for the Bomb Tower. Probably just Minor at 10. No, I'll just cycle Spear Goblins. So I think it's just basically Xbow, but the only difference is... I want to say he has Spear Goblins, maybe instead of... I saw he had an Ice Spirit. I can't remember if he used Skeletons yet or not, but that might be what he has them in for. Alright, good Bomb Tower again. I don't think that Xbow will get any damage. Yeah, nice. And this I think this matchup gets easier for me in double elixir. Pretty much I just have to survive single elixir, and then as long as he doesn't get an Xbow lock, usually it's a pretty good situation for the Minor Wallbreaker player. So he logs that, that's fine. Guess we can go Wall Breakers. Alright, well, Minor. Guess we'll Fireball the Archers. I don't know if it's a little aggressive because we didn't Fireball the Xbow, but I think it's fine because we can just cycle back to another Fireball, and if he goes for an offensive Xbow, we'll be able to just Fireball right away. We'll go Bomb Tower. Oh, he's got the Inferno. Interesting. So he's using, like, that's what I was saying. He had, like, Spear Goblins, so he already had a different variant, but surprisingly he has the Inferno instead of the Tesla. I guess, ooh, double Wallbreaker connection. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I think we pretty much have, I think, the win here. We just have to make sure that he doesn't, like, get an Xbow connection somehow, but yeah, I think we're fine. But yeah, as I said, I think in double and triple elixir, it's pretty good for us because he can't really, I guess, like, get an Xbow to lock on unless, like, I make a mistake. But yeah, overall, yeah, I'd say it's not bad for Minor Wall Breakers. Once you are in double and triple elixir, it's pretty easy. So yes, the next game, I'll probably just use the decks I have ready here. So I think I'll go with, I think we'll go Electro Giant for this match, because I think it's another strong deck in the meta. It does have some bad matchups, but not many are, like, completely unwinnable. Like, if you were to play against, you know, like, Splasher, that would be hard, or even, like, trying to think, like, P.E.K.K.A decks. Minor Wall Breakers is difficult to beat, but overall, pretty consistent deck. So Knight and Fireball, it could be Xbow again. Looks like this time he's using potentially the, yeah, like the, you know, standard Xbow deck. Whereas last game he was using it with Inferno. So I guess we'll Electro Giant this Xbow. I'm not really sure what this matchup is. I remember there's some good Xbow players, I think, who said I think like it's about even, but I think kind of like the minor wall breaker game, it'll get easier for me if I survive single elixir. But the only problem is breaking through the Teslas with Electro Giant is pretty difficult, I would say. I'm definitely able to do it, especially if, you know, I get some good value out of my lightnings, but overall it can be hard to get through the Tesla, because Tesla is one of the best buildings, in my opinion, against the Electro Giant. So it'll for sure be a little bit of a struggle, but so far he hasn't gotten an Xbow lock, so it hasn't been too much of an issue, and we're very close to double elixir, so I think we're in a decent situation overall. He might go Xbow in the opposite lane. If he does, I'll probably have to Ice Wizard. Looks like he's not. He's playing this passively. He might go for a defensive Xbow soon too. I'm not really sure. And guess I'm going to Electro Giant in the back. If he goes Xbow at the bridge in the right lane, I'll just Bar Barrel to tank for it. But he's been playing this pretty defensively so far. He hasn't even played a single Xbow yet, except that one he played at the very beginning. So we're going to try to, you know, go in here. And I guess I'm going to Lightning the Teslas and the Knights because, I don't know, pretty annoying, and hopefully we can break through. But we're not going to break through, and this is why I was saying Tesla's very good versus the Electro Giant. So we might even need to wait until triple elixir until we're able to get any significant damage on his tower. Otherwise, we can really only get damage with spells, I feel like. So we'll just go ahead and Bar Barrel here. I think we can go for another Electro Giant in the back. If he goes Xbow, we'll tank for a Prince, and then we'll probably have to Lightning it. But we can wait just a second because that cage is up. And yeah, we'll go ahead and I think take our Lightning. Xbow might lock on the tower for a bit of damage, but nope, it's going to die, so that's good. But yeah, things are still not looking very good for us here. His Tesla has been putting in, yeah, like quite a lot of work against our Electro Giant, and I just don't really think we're going to be able to break through unless he makes like a major mistake, or we're able to, yeah, like get some good lightnings or maybe stack a couple Electro Giants. I don't really see us breaking through, but we'll see. I think I'll go for another Electro Giant in the back. We're getting towards triple elixir. Triple elixir, I may have a chance if I can get 2 Electro Giants down, but I still don't think it's very likely, but we'll see. He might be playing another Tesla here soon. We'll see. But yeah, he is doing a pretty good job of protecting the Teslas. I guess we can go for a Tornado like that. And we'll see here. This is kind of our chance. Can we break through at this point? If not, then I don't know if we'll be able to at all this match. So yeah, there he goes with another Tesla. I am able to Lightning it though, and we hit the Knight as well. Tornado in the Archers. Does that Electro Giant get on top of the tower? Does. Tesla comes in late, so we might be able to win this one. We kind of stole it like right at the very end of this game. We managed to like overwhelm him, and yeah, I guess that's a good game because we can just Lightning the Knight in the tower. So yeah, pretty good game. I think in single elixir, that's for sure like a pretty difficult matchup, even in double, because I can't really break through or do anything. In triple too, I'm not sure like if the matchup changes too much, but I think it's like it's definitely slightly easier for me to build up a push because I'm able to, you know, just stack more troops behind my Electro Giant. But yeah, nice win. And I guess that puts us at 2-0, so we'll see what I want to use for the next game. Gotta try to... I'll see what my other decks are that I have here. I guess we'll go with Lava. I think this isn't really a good ladder deck. Like, Lava's a good ladder deck if it has, you know, Loon in it, but this is more of kind of a competitive deck. Not really, you know, ladder, but I think it's, you know, it's a good deck that I kind of like using in best of, you know, best of 3s, best of 5s, because it's pretty consistent. So I guess we'll go ahead and get our King Tower activated here because we don't know what he's using yet, and if he's using some ground cards will get some good value from our king being activated. So he's probably using RG because we see the Zappies and we see the Hunter. I don't know what else it would be. And then there's the Giant Skeleton as well. So the question is does he have Fireball or does he have Earthquake? Because if he does have whoops, I didn't think that was gonna reach my tower actually. And I kind of watched that happen too. Whoops. Yeah, that was and he's got Fireball. Yeah, that's gonna help him quite a lot here because he's because Fireball is much better in this particular matchup since he has a good answer to the Skeleton Dragons. But yeah, that was still really bad that I let that Giant Skeleton go. I should have minored, but yeah. Whoops. So I don't think I'm going to win this. If he had an Earthquake, I probably could come back, but with Fireball, it's not going to be easy, but we'll see what happens. At least we can get some good value, I think, out of our Goblin Cage, since he doesn't have an Earthquake. But yeah, that mistake at the beginning definitely is going to, I think, be the reason why we lose this match. So his Fireball's out of rotation, so we definitely can just go for Barbarians here. And I guess those are all going to die, so we'll just Flying Machine. And yeah, this is for sure a good game. I don't think we're going to come back in this situation. But we'll see. Oh, Goblin Cage, I guess. And, I mean, we got a Lava at this point. I don't think we have too much time, only 30 seconds. So this is kind of our last chance here. Otherwise, there's no way we're going to be able to come back. But yeah, honestly, in terms of like what this matchup is, I'm not really sure. I think like if he had Earthquake, I'd definitely have the matchup, but with Fireball, I think it's a little tricky for sure because the Fireball gets some good value versus the Flying Machine, Skeleton Dragons, and Barbarians. But yeah, that definitely was. I think it would have been like a lot closer had I not let that Giant Skeleton connect. But yeah, I should have been paying more attention. So 2-1 now. I guess for the next game, I'll go ahead and use RG Cycle. I think I feel like I'm pretty good with it. It's also pretty strong in the meta. I mean, it finished 2nd and 4th in the world last season, so it's obviously a really good deck. And I also think it's pretty consistent. So we'll go ahead and send the next one, and hopefully we can close out the best of 5 here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's like he's probably getting his deck ready or something. We'll see. Okay, here we go. See if this is going to be, or it can close out the best of 5. We don't go into a game 5, hopefully. RG Cycle is good in single elixir, but the only problem is that with this cycle, it's kind of not ideal, I would say. So he's got Baby Dragon and Barbarrel. Guess that's not really the best sign because that could mean it's Graveyard. It could also be, I hope it's not Splash Yard. Ooh, this is kind of difficult to Electro Giant. The reason why this is kind of hard is because his Lightning gets good value against the Hunter and the Ewiz, and also the Goblin Cage is good against the RG. So this is for sure a little tough, but I think we can win because we got a fast cycle. I'll go for Electro Spirit like that. I guess now's a good time to RG. Yeah, I knew it was a good time to go in for an RG because he didn't have a Goblin Cage in rotation. So he was forced to spend a lot of Elixir, and we ended up getting a good chunk of damage in. It's not really enough to where I like feel safe that we're like, you know, guaranteed to win or anything like that, because with one Electro Giant push he could change things. Okay, so stop his first Electro Giant. It's always stressful defending them with this deck. Okay, so I think that's good game, honestly. It's really hard to defend the Electro Giant pushes. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we can make something happen here, but it's not looking very good. Yeah. Yeah, good game. That's definitely pretty tough. Like I don't know if I like played it perfectly. I think like when he goes Electro Giant in the back, I should always pressure the opposite lane, but yeah, it's definitely really hard defending the Electro Giants, because I think usually when I use Electro Giant RG, usually I can beat, especially if it's the Cycle variant, but if they have like Giant Skeleton and Zappies, it's pretty hard. But with the Cycle variant, it's for sure hard to beat. So I'm trying to think of what I should go in here for the last game. I guess we'll just use this Royal Hog Recruits deck, because if he goes with Electro Giant again, or with RG Giant Skeleton and Zappies, it does pretty good versus them, so we'll see if that's what he goes with. But he might also go for Xbow again, and if that's the case, I feel like Xbow is kind of hard to beat with this, but especially if it's like 3.0, but if it's like Icebow, it's probably not as bad. So hopefully he does have Icebow, but he might be using P.E.K.K.A. The new P.E.K.K.A. deck. He's got Valk. Goes for the log. So the question is, does he have Fireball or not? Hopefully he doesn't have Fireball. If he does, that would be really bad, because he already has the Tesla and the Valk. So I'm hoping that he has a Rocket. Otherwise, that would be very bad for us, of course. Alright, so we get a couple hits in with the Flying Machine. And yeah, as I said, hopefully it's Rocket. If it is, I guess I feel pretty good about this, but he does have the Valk too, so we'll just have to see like what his his full deck is. He did just use log, so that's usually a perfect time to go Royal Recruits, like when your opponent goes log. Let's see here. Guess we'll go Zappies now. And go Royal Hogs. And then I guess I'll go Flying Machine. We'll apply some pressure in both lanes. Goes for the Tesla. And then gets the King activated. The Flying Machine does lock on the tower, though, and his Tornado's out of cycle. There's no way he can get that off of the tower. He's forced to go Rocket. That means he's at 4 Elixir. And as I said, Xbow, this deck does so well against. It's mostly 3.0 that can be a little bit harder. So, yeah, we definitely are in a very good situation here. We have, I guess, like, yeah, pretty good matchup, and then also we have a huge damage lead as well. Is that Flying Machine on the tower? No, it's hitting the Valk. I thought it was on the tower for a second, but then I realized I was getting damage from my other support cards, not the Flying Machine. So at this point, we're just overwhelming him. I mean, I pretty much would, I guess, say it's impossible for him to come back at this point, unless I were to lose connection. Just based off of the situation, because I have so much damage in both lanes, we're in double Elixir. I just think at this point, I don't really see him being able to get an Xbow on my tower at this point, and he can't cycle, 5 rockets or 6 on my tower when he also has to defend recruits, flying machines. It's kind of impossible for him at this point, so we're just gonna slowly overwhelm him. But, yeah. So I guess sending a Hogs here, he's probably going to Tesla again, but yeah. As I said, in that situation, there wasn't really too much he could have done. I think this matchup in general was really difficult for him, but yeah, it was a good best of 5. I mean, he won 2 games, so we had and we played the full best of 5, so it was a good one. I think both of us got some good and bad matchups. Like in the first game, good matchup for me. Second game, I feel like that's about an even matchup in my opinion. And the third one, definitely a little rough for me because he had Fireball instead of the Earthquake. This one, I think a little rough for me. I don't think he had a hard counter, but I would say definitely his matchup by a little bit. I could have played it better though. And this one, obviously, really good matchup for me because he has Rocket, and I have a bunch of Fireball bait cards, so just very easy for me to overwhelm. So, yep, that's it. And I guess I'll send you the recording. I don't know how good the commentary was, but I guess it was, probably decent. I don't know. But yeah.